This is TWiT.
So Microsoft had a virtual event on Monday, right, in celebration of the event. So they announced a bunch of stuff, some of which is in this listing of news we have. The big one is Halo Infinite is coming out next month, I think on the 8th, if I remember correctly. But they released multiplayer for free for everyone on Monday. So you can anyone you have to download it, obviously, but you don't even have to own it. You can just go get it and play it. Yeah.
Yay.
That's really neat.
Free forever or just free for a week?
Just probably free for
till the 8th.
Till the 8th.
Great.
Oh, whatever. It's a good way to get people to test it.
Yeah.
That's fine. So that's fun. I went 0 and 8 in my first outing, so that was great. I'll never play that freaking game again. No, but anyway, it was fine. It's a good game. It looks beautiful, by the way.
Just needed a little Halle Berry action. And
yeah,
she could have helped.
I think I need a little practice is what I need. All right, so that's one thing. This was separate to that. They announced this today, but Xbox Cloud Gaming, formerly xCloud, is now available on Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One, which is really cool. And I actually was playing this last night on a PC. And I have to say the latency or whatever you want to call that has gotten a lot better. And in fact, that's how I played Halo last night, was on my PC over Xbox Game Pass, Xbox Cloud streaming, I guess, really. So that's cool. And here's the fun bit, if I could just bring up my article, if it would ever come up. Xbox One, as you know, is the previous generation Xbox console. So there are certain games that are just not going to be ever available in that console. And some of them will be playable through Xbox Cloud Gaming, i.e. game streaming, on the older console. So it's a way to play next-gen games without having the next-gen console, which is convenient because you can't buy a next-gen console. So, for example, Recompile, The Medium, and Rift Breaker are all now available on Xbox One through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and Xbox Cloud Streaming. And Flight Simulator is coming in early 2022. So that's cool.
Cool.
Yep. And then let's see, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and this is something I did not know, but apparently when Microsoft announced the Xbox Series X and S, one of the things they said, and I guess I kind of missed this, was with regards to backward compatibility, which is how Microsoft brings original generation Xbox games, Xbox 360 games forward to Xbox One and now Xbox Series X and S. They weren't actually ever going to bring any more games forward. They were just going to work to make sure all the games they already had worked well on the new consoles. And in fact, since then, they've actually made them even better, right? They run faster. They offer additional frame rates or whatever that kind of thing is. So that's cool. But as part of this announcement on Monday, they actually added 70 new games, like 70, not 70 new games to backward compatibility. So these are original OG Xbox and Xbox 360 games. And now they're saying, once again, this is probably going to be it. They're running into problems with licensing and just with technical issues where it's not really possible to bring those kind of games forward anymore. So hundreds and hundreds of games now available in backward compatibility. They all work better if you have a new console. So that's really good. They also announced the Xbox Game Pass titles for the second half of November, because they do that twice a month now. The big one here to me is Dead Space, which is amazing. That's actually available now. This is the original Dead Space. And then I'm just looking at the list here. I mean, nothing that sticks out for me personally, but Evil Genius 2 is coming on November 30th. That's a good game. What else we got? They are adding an accessibility feature to the Microsoft Store on Xbox, not just on the console. This is something you're going to see across the Xbox app on PC and the Xbox Game Pass mobile app as well. But they're adding what they call accessibility tags. So you'll see a game listing, and it'll be a blue tag, and it will say X number of accessibility features are available. When you click on that, it will tell you what those things are. And that could be anything for not just having subtitles, but subtitles that you can actually scale to multiple sizes, narrated game menus, input remapping, full keyboard support, single stick gameplay, et cetera, et cetera. So they're just really making it nice or easy to discover accessible games, which is cool. Xbox Design Lab, which is a way to customize Xbox controllers, had been put on pause when the new controllers came out with the new Xboxes last year. The service returned this past June, but it didn't actually offer all of the customization features that were available before. And I think this brings it up to speed. So you can get rubberized grips and metallic finishes now. Those were features they had before that weren't available yet on the new controllers, new color customization options. And then controller designs that are inspired by famous games. So you can kind of start with that and then take it, further if you want. So Elder Scrolls V, Battlefield 2042, Forza Horizon 5, and Riders Republic. And then just today, and like literally right before we started the show, they announced the November update for the Xbox. And this is actually not just for consoles. Some of these apply to Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One, but also the Xbox mobile app and the controllers. And nothing, I wouldn't call it's anything humongous, but the color filter feature, which is an accessibility feature, helps people with color deficiency or color blindness better see colors that are visually close for them. You can customize the entire color palette, both in games and outside of games. Updated volume controls. There's new controller firmware. That's probably a big deal. If you're having an Xbox, you have a controller. Run that Xbox accessories app and check for updates. You'll have an update no matter what controller you have. And I guess that's the big one. So that's probably the most of that. So yeah, there's most of it. That wasn't too bad.
Nice job.
Too bad.
You did miss the one story that the next year it's going to be the Halo Berry Infinite.
the Halle Berry inspired console design.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting.
For the ads, we have to show it from the back.